from the ReliefFactor.com studios, here's Mike Gallagher.
As if the world hasn't gone crazy enough, John Fetterman went on a talk show last night and said that you need to know that America isn't sending their best and brightest to Washington, D.C. Yeah, John Fetterman, Mr. Hoodie, he said that. I mean, everything, the whole world has gone bananas. Everything's going crazy. And there is such evil. You know how many emails I got last night from people telling me that the 40 babies in Israel weren't beheaded, they were either stabbed or shot to death. And people were chastising me for falsely reporting that 40 babies were beheaded. The defense was they were shot or stabbed to death. So how dare you say that they were beheaded? Incidentally, the reporter who saw the images is confirming it. Biden confirmed it. It happened. But as Piers Morgan said, if you're really going to debate whether Hamas beheaded babies or stabbed and shot them to death in their bedrooms, as if somehow one of these evil, depraved acts of terrorism is less wicked than the other, then you're a sick bastard. Sorry for the language. I'm quoting from Piers Morgan's text on his X account. If you're willing to argue that point, if you're willing to debate it, you're sick. You're sick. And I got to say it. I'm going to say it again. Get mad at me. I'm feeling better today, so I'm in a feisty mood. If you're willing to make a sign and go march around anywhere in America and show your support for Palestine in the aftermath of what Hamas has done, you're sick too. You're sick in the head. And I hope the authorities are watching you closely. And I mean it. I mean it. Listen, you want to upend and wreck the lives of people who are on the Capitol on January 6th? Let's at least give the same scrutiny to people walking around cheering Hamas in America. Because guess what? I think one is way worse than the other. You can imagine where I stand. Welcome aboard. It's Thursday, October 12th. I just have got to start this show in profound gratitude for this audience. Monday, we put together and we did this very quickly. A lot of people got involved here at Salem Media Group, a lot of people at the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews, and we put together a campaign that began Monday. And we asked for your help to provide aid to the Jews of Israel who have been through so much. I have a number in front of me. I'm not going to read it today. Normally I would. I think tomorrow I'm going to be able to read a number to you that is a pretty big milestone. I mean, I thought we'd do well. Didn't know we'd do well that well. I knew immediately over the weekend. I was limping through the airport in Ohio. I went to a funeral of a dear friend and colleague's father in Columbus, Ohio, Westerville, actually. And by the way, Westerville, Ohio is a really neat community. I was able to chat with Bruce Hooley, who's in a great spirit and a great heart as he fights cancer, a great veteran talk show host there in Columbus. And I was limping through the airport trying to get home with this stupid shingles outbreak on my foot of all places, and it's right at the crease of the top of my foot. So it's been hard to walk and bend my foot. If it was anywhere else, it'd be all right even. Well, I shouldn't say that. No, God, I didn't mean it. Please don't put it on my face or anywhere else. Anyway, I'm walking through the airport and I said, we got to do something. We got to help the people, the victims of this attack. So I got on the phone, I started making phone calls from the Columbus airport, and this campaign got put together, and you have stepped up in an astounding way. What you've donated already to help children and families hit by these monsters, these terrorists, let's keep the momentum going. I'm not going to give you the number today. I normally would. I'm going to give you a number tomorrow on a Friday after the first week of our campaign. Please help us keep the momentum going. Go to MikeOnline.com and click on the Israel at War banner to make your emergency donation. You can also just pick up the phone and call 800-845-8844, 800-845-8844, or just text the keyword STAND to 800-655-MIKE, and we'll send you back a link where you can make a donation to the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews, because we do stand with Israel. Just text the keyword STAND to 800-655-MIKE. We'll send you back a quick link. Boom. There's no obligation. You look at it and make whatever donation you can afford. And from the bottom of my heart, I'm going to get emotional because you've done it again. You came through again in a big, big, big way. Here's Biden yesterday, the President of the United States, confirming the unspeakable atrocities that have happened in Israel. And as Piers Morgan put it, if you're really debating whether it's less wicked to shoot and stab a baby to death or behead the baby, you better go see somebody because you're sick. Here's what Biden said about it yesterday.
I never really thought that I would see and have confirmed pictures of terrorists beheading children. I never thought I'd ever. Anyway, but there are countries in the region that are trying to be of some help, including Arab nations that are trying to be of some help. So, anyway.
There is no equivocation between murdering babies and the crowded, awful conditions in Gaza. Hate to break it to you. Again, if you're willing to say that, you're sick in the head. And you should see somebody, whether it's a pastor, a counselor, a therapist, because you need help. You need help. I've also been thinking a lot about this awful attack coming days after the alert we got on our iPhones. Is that a coincidence? Chris in Pittsburgh wants to talk a little bit about it. Our number is 800-655-MIKE. That's the PhD weight loss and nutrition phone number here on the Mike Gallagher Show, 800-655-6453. Chris, I see I'm not the only person who noticed or who wonders if that was a coincidence, right?
Yes, we have there's a connection, and I believe it's all orchestrated, and we're getting rid of all of our military equipment and arms and giving them to other countries instead of protecting us. Are they setting us up for a big fall? I honestly believe they are.
I don't understand if this is something that is, I mean, we could go hysteria and say that's a conspiracy theory, and it's
just a thought.
I mean, it's crazy. I mean, nothing would surprise me. Does anything surprise you?
No, sir. And I believe that you're a lightning rod to help us all get the information out there and find the truth. Everything is about the truth.
Thank you, Chris. I appreciate it. And I want to ask a general question of everybody. Do you think something big is coming? I know there was a former Hamas official who said tomorrow is supposed to be a global day of horror or terror or whatever it is whatever he said. Do you feel like something else is going to happen? Do you feel like America is next? I'm sorry to put it that way, but I want to ask you that question. We get that thing with that, and I hated that phone alert thing last week. Do you believe that there's a possibility that something big is about to occur in the United States? 800-655-MIKE. Simple question, flood my phone lines. Let's get your answer to that question for a Thursday, October 12th, when I am in deep gratitude for you and what you're doing in our International Fellowship of Christians and Jews campaign. Keep it coming. Keep the momentum going. Keep those donations pouring in. We're helping these poor people of Israel, and what you're doing is astounding. I had a feeling you'd come through, and you have. Let's keep it going. I'm so excited and so grateful and so optimistic because I know there's more of us than there are of them. Remember, good always prevails.